Alrighty, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I am hopping on because today is World Suicide Prevention Day. And I wanted to hop on right quick during halftime because it's also a Clemson game day. So, of course, I am watching the game. But I wanted to hop on just quickly in honor of World Suicide Prevention Day, just to give you all a few tips about suicide prevention, how you all can prevent it, just a little bit of my story and about seeking help. Also, letting you know that you are not alone. Okay, it's been about 5.5 years since I had my last suicide attempt. So I am a suicide attempt survivor. Um, and when it comes to suicide prevention, I talk about it a lot. I'm constantly talking about it. I talk about it daily to my clients. I talk about it in my Facebook groups. I talk about it at home. I talk about it constantly because it is near and dear to me. And too many times we don't talk about suicide prevention, especially in the Black community, because you have decided that this is something that we don't deal with as Black women. Okay, that is a lie. That is a myth. We do deal with it. Okay. We've also decided that we don't talk about it because it's just something that it's a hush hush situation. Okay. We're not talking about suicide because, somehow it's supposed to be demonic, or you don't believe in God because you're talking about suicide, or you want to commit suicide. That is all a lie. Okay. I believe in God. I have faith, but these thoughts are there. These are the kind of thoughts that I've had. I acted on these thoughts, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. I am not ashamed that I am a suicide attempt survivor for the 4th time. I am not ashamed of that anymore. There are many people who sit around in pain. There are many people that sit around in silence. There are many people who have that burden on them weighing heavy, and they can't talk about it because of the myths that go behind suicide prevention. Okay, we think because we are the ones that's carrying everything in the family. We the super Black woman. We the mom. We the wife. We the CEO. We the boss. We this. We that. But guess what? You also suffer from suicidal thoughts. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. I did. I had it all: house, car, kid, marriage, a puppy. I could shop when I get ready. Nice hair, nice everything. That didn't stop me from actually trying to kill myself. Okay, it didn't stop me. So the myth that it has to be something wrong with you, you have to be poor, you have to be down on your luck, you have to be, just crazy, is a lie. Okay, that is a lie. You can have these thoughts. It doesn't matter your status. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter how much money in your bank account. You can have these thoughts. And I like to go back to the fact that we mourn celebrities who pass away when they commit suicide. Okay? Think about what I just said. Celebrities. These are people that have it all. Okay? These are people that have it all. And they commit suicide. Because just like us, we go through things too. They don't talk to anybody. We don't talk to anybody. And this is how we end up in that situation. So World Suicide Prevention Month is all month of September. I'll talk about it all month of September. And today is World Suicide Day Prevention. And if I can prevent any one of you all from having those thoughts, if I can let you know my story, if you could listen to what I have to say and the reasons why I have decided to live, then I have done my job. Okay, let's let go of the myths and the stigma that suicide is a white person's thing, or suicide is a poor person's thing, or suicide thoughts is for crazy people. Okay, let that go. That's unacceptable thinking. That is unacceptable behavior, and that's a stigma. Okay. There's no such thing as, suicide goes to whoever is the poorest or the blackest, whatever that foolishness is. Okay. Number 2, if you are thinking these thoughts, stop thinking that it's shameful to seek the help. It is not shameful to seek help. Okay, you can seek help. You can go and tell someone what you're feeling. Now, I know those of us who have families where we have secrets, where we don't go out and talk about our business to other people. You know, I even thought as long as I can remember that talking to someone was a white person's thing. I thought that you only talked to a therapist if you were rich, if you were white, if you were high class. That's a lie. That is a myth. Okay, you can go see a therapist. Okay, you are not telling your family's business per se, but you're telling things that are going to help you get through what you're going through. Okay, so stop this whole stigma around seeking help, that you somehow need to be ashamed for seeking help, because that's unacceptable. Another thing, stop trying to heal these thoughts and these behaviors with the people that broke you. Okay, we sit around, we're trying to get therapy with people who broke us. Okay, we are literally sitting around thinking that we can go get therapy with our husbands that broke us. We're literally thinking we could go get therapy with the family members that broke us. We think that we could go get therapy with the children that we're having problems with. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. If you are going to start your healing path, if you want to get past those suicidal thoughts, if you want to heal in peace, you have to start with yourself first. You can't take your spouse. You can't take your children. I've been in therapy for almost 5.5 years, and not one of my family members has joined me yet. Okay? I cannot heal with the people that broke me. Okay. Now I have gotten past a lot of those things. I have gotten past, the part about me being in there for my family. I've gotten past those things, but I'm still not in therapy with them. I'm not in therapy with my husband. I'm not in therapy with my son. I'm not in therapy with people that I know for a fact that I need to heal from. This is about me. It's going to be about you. If you are sitting alone right now, if you are listening to this, if you're catching the replay and you're sitting there thinking, having these depressive thoughts for more than 30 days, if you're sitting there thinking that you're worthless, you feel hopeless, you feel like you can't take it anymore, and you're just sitting there and not getting the help that you need, that's unacceptable. Do this not for just yourself, but for your family members. Because what I realized when I started my therapy, I now knew how to react to the people that triggered me. See, people who are unhealed they will continue to trigger you. So now when I was in therapy, when they would trigger me, I now know how to react to it. Because I knew for a fact this was something that I needed for myself. I didn't like the ugly thoughts that I had. I didn't like the fact that I had written out a plan for my death. I had written letters to all of my family members. I actually went to the place where I wanted somebody to find my body. I never want to be in that situation ever again. And if it meant getting the help that I needed, if it meant seeing a therapist 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week, if it meant me calling the suicide hotline, if it meant me talking to someone to talk me off that ledge, that's what I did. And now I'm not going to tell you that this is going to solve all of your problems, because there are times that I still sometimes go back to those thoughts. Doesn't believe that I don't believe in God. Matter of fact, it's because of the grace of God that I was able to go check myself into that mental hospital. To this day, and if you don't know my story, go listen to my podcast, look it up. If you don't know my story, I was, I think, 0.08, 1.8 legal over the legal limit of alcohol in my state at the time. I don't know how I got from the place that I planned to kill myself at to the place where I checked myself into the hospital. I don't know how I did that. That was the grace of God. So that is a complete lie. If your church members are telling you that you're demonic, or that you don't believe in God, or you need to pray it away, that is unacceptable. Don't listen to these people. Matter of fact, find you a new church if that's the kind of people that's in your church. Okay? I didn't like hearing it. I left my church because of that. I'm not demonic. I'm not a mean-spirited person. I'm not some person that is ungrateful. Okay? Suicide happens to the best of us. And guess what? Today will not be the last time that I'll talk about it. Today won't be the last day that someone might not commit suicide. But at least I can get this across to you all. It is okay to seek help. It is okay to reach out to your family members if you can trust your family members. It is okay for you to reach out to a counselor. It is okay for you to talk to someone other than the people that broke you about what you're going through, about your thoughts. Don't go this alone because it's unacceptable to do that. You don't have to go it alone. I know that a lot of people come to me as clients, even though I'm not a mental health counselor yet. They don't want to go through the therapy thing yet. They just want to coach. And I'm very happy to take you on because I feel like that's the first step of getting yourself together. But tell yourself that it is the best thing for you, not for your family members, not for your children at that time. It's the best thing for you. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't pour from some cup of fullness. Okay? Your cup is running over because you need help. And you need to seek the help. You are not alone. You're not the only person that's suffering. You're not the only person that's feeling like you are less than. You're not the only person that is feeling like you can't cope with life. It is not. Absolutely, it's nothing to be embarrassed of because you have these thoughts. It's nothing to be embarrassed of because you drive a BMW. It's nothing to be embarrassed of because you're a CEO. There's nothing to be embarrassed of because you're running 15, 35 businesses. There's nothing to be embarrassed of if you're a school teacher. It's nothing to be embarrassed of. We all suffer from these thoughts. And if you seek the help that you need, always remember that you're not alone. I would rather you go talk to me or someone about what you're going through than sit there and suffer in silence. All because you're afraid of the stigma that's placed around mental health. So always remember, you're not alone. There are other people that are suffering too. If you get the help that you need, maybe you're the clique of people and you're the one in the clique that's the one that's, tries everything first, then try therapy. If that's something, if everybody looks up to you, then try therapy. It is okay. You're not alone. I still sometimes suffer from those thoughts. I just now know how to cope with them better than I used to 5.5 years ago. I'm on my almost 6th year of my suicide attempt. I have been going down this healing journey. I have done so much better because sometimes the thoughts do come, but I know how to cope with them and I quickly put them aside. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed that I have bad days. I'm not ashamed that there are days that I'm on cloud 9. Then there are days when I am down below. I'm not ashamed of that. But each day I keep fighting. Each day I tell myself that I'm going to be better than the next day. Each day I recite my affirmations. If you have followed my page, if you have followed my Instagram or in my Facebook group, y'all know that I'm obsessed with affirmations. I repeatedly, y'all, we say negative things out loud to ourselves, but we find it crazy that we repeat things like, I am beautiful, I am courageous, I am more than a conqueror. We find that funny. We find that strange. I don't get that. If you can literally say that I'm hopeless, I'll never be able to heal, things will never get better, those are bad affirmations. If you can repeat those, you can repeat the good ones. Constantly speak life into yourself. Constantly remember that I can be better. I will get better. There are things about my life that will get better. Constantly remember that you are not alone. Stop thinking that just because nobody else in your circle may be talking about it, that you're alone. You need to widen your circle because here we are. I have tons of people that I counsel, a lot of people that I coach. You are not alone. Don't ever forget that. So today, if you are sitting in your household, if you have been procrastinating about seeking help, if you are sitting there because you're afraid that somebody's going to say something bad about you or people are going to call you crazy, they're going to call you crazy anyway. You know, I was being called crazy when I wasn't seeking help. I was being called crazy. I was being called a drunk. I was being, I was always saying that I wasn't going to amount to anything. I had all those things said to me already. So me being in therapy wasn't going to stop you from talking about me. So seek the help that you need, not because of them, but because of you. It is World Suicide Prevention Day. If you are a mother of a child that is going through something, don't turn your back on that child. Don't tell that child to pray it away. Don't tell that child they got a nice house or they got great things. Stop talking like that to your children. Help your kids. If you have a coworker, if you have a friend in need, don't dismiss their feelings. Don't dismiss what they're going through. Because that day might be the last day you see those people. Never take what somebody's going through for granted. These thoughts are powerful if we let them be. These thoughts will come crashing down on you. These thoughts will put you in situations that, just like me being at the place where I was going to take my life. Suicidal thoughts are nothing to play with. Get the help that you need. Don't let people tell you not to talk about it, because exactly, I'm not supposed to be talking about it. Actually, my family doesn't like for me to talk about it. My husband doesn't like for me to speak about it. He has this, they all have this thing about suicide. That's their problem, not mine. I would rather talk about it around them to be silent while they're planning my grave, my funeral. So they have two options: either listen to me or plan my funeral. And guess which option they chose? To listen. Don't think that you can heal with the people that broke you. Go seek the help that you need. Call someone that you need to call if you're not ready for therapy yet. If you're not ready to get into that place, there are tons of coaches out here that will listen to you. If you need help finding someone in your town, I am awesome with the resources that I have, that I can find somebody in your state, in your city, in your town. I can find you somebody. Nowadays, insurance pays for behavioral health. So you can actually get it paid for. And if you are in a state where they offer free services, you can just get them for free. But don't hesitate to go get it done. Don't go to bed tonight feeling hopeless. Don't go to bed tonight feeling worthless. Don't go to bed feeling like you are alone, because you're not. You're not alone. You will never be alone. You will always have a friend in me. You will always have a friend in God. He's going to constantly be with you, even when you have those thoughts. Don't let people tell you different, that, God doesn't care for you because you have these demonic thoughts. That is unacceptable, and it's not true. Get the help that you need. Please reach out to somebody. Do not go this alone, because you are not alone. All right? Have a great rest of your Saturday. I am going to get back to my game because it looks like halftime is over. Enjoy the rest of your night. Please, I beg of you, not go it alone. Please don't go it alone. You can reach out to anybody you need to. There are people out there for you. You are not alone. And I will drill that. If you are on my page, if you are in my life, I will drill that into your head every single time. You are not alone. Do not feel that way. Don't let those thoughts convince you otherwise, because you're not. Have a great rest of your night. I will post all month long about suicide prevention. I will also post Matter of fact, I may start posting different states where you can get some help. So if your state is on there, you don't have to tell me. I don't know any of you all like that. So if your state pops up, call that number. But do not go this alone because you don't have to. All right. Have a great rest of your night. Bye, guys.